Let's talk about it. The rise of this fake boss culture where everyone's their own boss. They don't need to work for nobody else. They could never have a 9 to 5. You see a lot of influencers, celebrities, and even regular everyday people who talk down on 9 to 5 workers. I am going to tell you where this all originated from, and we're going to break it down step by step. Let's get into it. Here we have on the screen you see here Damon Dash. If you're not familiar with who Damon Dash is, essentially he was the co-founder of Rockefeller Records with um, the rapper Jay-Z. This was the beginning of this boss culture. I don't need a boss. I'm not going to call another man daddy. This is where it all originated from, in my opinion. So let's get into this first clip.
Well, let's talk about you. Do you feel like you get your props as a mogul,
I
man?
don't care. I take my props.
Word.
I don't fuck about props. I can't. I do get my props. And I'm not a mogul. I'm a tycoon. I sell oil. Don't disrespect me and say I do everything everybody else does. And I put up my own money. All these so-called moguls y'all talking about, you name one of them that put their own dough up. A boss, you're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours. So how much money can you get paid to not? There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
I mean, everybody at some point has that.
Again, things like this sound cool for social media. They sound cool in interviews, and a lot of people really ate this type of language up and brought it hook, line, and sinker, and really ultimately played themselves.
Have a boss, right?
No, not in Harlem. Oh, okay. Put it like this.
Because you're somebody's boss.
No, I'm not somebody's boss. I'm. When I was in the street, someone wasn't your boss. They gave you an opportunity.
Okay.
They gave you some work. You go make it, and then you bring it back. You can go buy your own work. You do whatever you want. It's called consignment.
So why this can't be all work? This corporate America, we could be using
You don't
this.
own it.
But
I'm
I'm
telling you. No, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. Question. Let me answer your question.
listening.
Can you give it to your son?
How you what to my son?
Whatever you
Shares of
working
this
for.
company? I
Yeah.
absolutely positively can.
How?
Why? Because I own shares of this company.
You bought her?
Yes.
What I'm saying is, can your son eat? Is this yours to give the whole company
This
to
full
you?
company is
I'm
not
asking
my son's. No,
exactly.
It's not mine. But
Can,
I own
wait,
shares of
stop.
this company.
Listen. That's not my
listening.
question. If your son needs a job here, can you give it to him? No.
No.
If your son needs to get some money out the bank from here, some cash flow, can he get it?
No.
All right. You don't own this.
But I can take
Stop.
the, I
I'm
can
just
take the
telling
money
you.
from here to invest in
No,
myself.
it's not yours. I'm not gonna fight for something I don't own. Men don't do that. I don't fight for other niggas. I fight for me. I'm not a doula. I'm not gonna build somebody else's company and then pick shares so my son can. All that.
But I'm not
no,
fighting for this
listen,
company,
listen.
though.
What I'm saying.
But what about taking
I'm
the
not
money?
here
You come to
the same
work
way you
every
took the
day.
money from
But
Def Jam.
I didn't take.
or
Wait, stop! Don't say.
come
You're
to
speaking my
work because I
business and you
enjoy
don't
it.
know what you're talking about. I ain't take no money from Def Jam. What you talking
When I mean
about?
take, I mean they cut you a
No,
check.
they didn't cut me a check. We had a formula based on performance, and they calculated, and we got paid.
That's
and they
us.
stop. That's not us.
Again, this type of talk sounds good. This, I don't need a boss. I'm not going to call another man daddy. I've never taken a paycheck from anybody. It sounds all good. But let's fast forward a little bit with this Damon Dash, because I believe this was the origin of this boss culture and made a lot of people not want to have a 9 to 5 or look down on 9 to 5s in a negative light. As we see on the screen here, yes, this is Damon Dash, co-founder of Rockefeller Records, has faced financial difficulties, including back taxes, child support, and personal debt. So bosses don't take care of their children. Let's talk about the back taxes. Dash owes New York State $8.7 million in back taxes. New York State brought one third share of the Rockefeller Records at the federal auction to recoup the back taxes. I think he owned a third of, I forget what album was with Jay-Z, and he had to auction it off, and whatever it sold for went to pay his back debts. Yeah, it says the state made creditors bid, so it didn't have to pay the winning bid of $1 million. He owes child support. New York has demanded more than $193,000 in unpaid child support from Dash. The proceedings from the sale of Rockefeller shares will go towards the covering of his child support payments. So Mr. Boss not only owes almost $9 million in back taxes, but $200,000 in unpaid child support, which you would think should be chump change for somebody like Dame Dash, who's Mr. I don't need a boss, I don't have a boss, blase, blase, blah. We're gonna get into this next clip, and you're gonna see the temperament of Mr. Damon Dash. Let's get in.
This doesn't give you control.
We can't all
This
speak
gives
at
you
the
no
same
power.
time.
It just makes you look stupid. I'm gonna ruin you as a lawyer. You'll never be a lawyer again. I bet you I'm gonna make you famous. I'm just giving you rope to hang yourself. You're gonna be in a whole nother courtroom, in a whole nother place
Dame,
for
please.
your frivolous
Dame,
lawsuits.
any texts that we've received,
I sent them.
we've produced, they're all in the Google Drive.
Probably can't
Mr.
read.
Lucian, you were
But
very
the
aware that this
testimony.
been-
I think I did. I did send those texts. That's saying
Hold on 1 second. I'm speaking now. Okay. The testimony is reflected in the
Culture
transcript.
bullshit.
The accurate testimony.
As you can see, super emotional, no control over his emotion during this deposition. Again, these are not qualities of a boss.
Disgusting
Okay.
with yourself.
And to the
Black
extent
people like you.
that there is
care
something
about
that
the
reflects
black
that haven't been produced, we will produce that. Where you
You
going?
make me sick.
Where you going?
Makes me sick. I don't care about none self-preservation.
Okay.
Give a fuck about this culture. Suck.
Just
Put a whole put his whole body. He'll sell his whole culture out for $1.
Dang, please, just let him ask the questions. Let's give him the answers. And
Said
let's
some
move on
white
with it.
man try to rob you. Suck.
Again, super emotional. In his own representation is trying to reel him back in, but he's so emotionally charged. He's just saying any and everything. Again, these are not qualities of a boss. And in my personal opinion, this was the origin. This was the spark that jumped off this whole, I can't work a 9 to 5. I gotta be a boss. When in reality, most people are not built to be entrepreneurs. Either they don't have the proper capital, they don't have the discipline. And again, being an entrepreneur is not something that's very easy. And then again, if everyone is a boss, who's working? It just does not work, and it just does not make any sense whatsoever. Let's get into this clip as well. Mr. Damon Dash, Mr. I'm my own boss. I sign off on my own checks.
See your clothing line. I want to see if you're the real deal. Just see if I'm the real deal. You know what I'm saying?
As you see there, Mr. I'm a boss, Mr. I got everything on lock and key. His damn teeth fell out his mouth. He can't even afford proper dentures or proper dental care, but he's running around trying to tell you that you don't need a boss so you can have dental and health and proper health insurance. Again, you can't believe everything that you see on social media. A lot of this stuff looks good for the camera, but in reality, it's just not realistic.
Haven't you quit your job yet?
Why haven't I quit my job? Having a 9 to 5, I get free health insurance. I get a 401k match, which is basically 100% return on my money. I work from home. I travel free. I get free stock, and I can also use the money from my 9 to 5 to fund my business. Why would I give that up? Not to mention, having a stable income allowed me to get to the plan. Banks love saying stable income.
Looking good.
Shout out to this brother. He understands the game 100% full circle. It's all about the hybrid economy, in my personal opinion, going forward. Getting skills, acquiring skills, having a 9 to 5 that not only pays you well, but you have flexibility and you can have all the benefits and perks of that come along with having a career, such as 401k, 403b match, health benefits, stock options. These are all the things come along with if you have the proper skill set. And then you take that flexibility that you have with your job and then you start something on the side. And then when you combine the two together, you have the best of both worlds.
Is why do people bash people with regular jobs? You feel me? Okay, like let's say this. A person goes to school for 4 years and they're making like 60K, 70K when they get out. Why are you bashing this person? Because they worked 4 years hard for that degree so they could have a livable wage. That's so backwards. That makes no sense. If someone on here says fuck school, regular jobs, 9 to 5, this and that, you're poor, they're trying to sell you a course. Okay? If I was selling a course, I would tell you stay your ass in school and buy the course. It makes no sense when people try to damn people for having a regular job. It just makes no sense.
It makes absolutely no sense at all. You see some of these TikTok influencers literally talk down people who have 9 to 5s, then turn around and get on a live and beg these same 9 to 5 people for money for hotels, money for their kids so they can buy them Christmas presents, and all types of other things. It makes absolutely zero sense.
Like recently, and then I just saw a video of this girl talking about how she could never have a 9 to 5. That is just crazy to have a 9 to 5, that, you know, like that's not livable, blah blah blah, like just talking down on that shit, right? And I'm on social media and I see people talking down on, oh, I can never work a 9 to 5, fuck no, what I look like, I'm not broke, what the hell, like, you know, I could never be a slave to this. It's like,
They love to talk that slavery plantation talk. We had a dude that worked in a corporation doing fintech. I just did a video about 2, 3 days ago. Go check that video out and see how that plantation talk worked out for him.
okay, I understand you want to live a better life, have more money. All of us do, right? You can get to that point with a 9 to 5 if you work your ass off and move up in business, move up in the job place, or if you stay there long enough to get knowledge and understand the business, you can start your own shit. You know what I mean? So now you got your own money. You don't have to worry about clocking in anything like that. Understandable. But my thing is this. People are basing this off of when like artists or musicians or whoever of status say, oh, I never had 9 to 5. You know, I was in the streets trapping. I was getting money like this.
And most of these artists, entertainers, and rappers, especially when you talk about the music industry, when they sign these record contracts, that all it is a loan from the from their record label that they have to pay back, usually 10 times full. So they give them a 250,000, 500,000 advance, and when it's all said and done, they wind up paying back 2, 3, 4, 5 million. And then 3, 4 years from now, once they're no longer hot, you see them crying on the internet talking about how they got robbed and taken advantage of.
They're like, cool for you. But if I'm not mistaken, before people got money, or these artists or musicians or whoever got money, I believe their moms or fathers or whatever, their families or grandmothers, they had a 9 to 5. Or if they didn't have a 9 to 5, they were outside in a truck picking up metal, foil, aluminum, cans, anything to make some money, to pay bills, to put food on the table. When you talk down on a 9 to 5, I get what you're saying and why you don't want a 9 to 5, you don't like it. But also realize this, your parents probably worked a 9 to 5. And when they worked a 9 to 5, what did you do?
Again, it makes no sense to talk down on 9 to 5 workers, because more than likely, whatever business you have, you're going to need those same 9 to 5 workers to support you so you can maintain your lifestyle.
If I worked a 9 to 5, I would be so glad when influencers stay out of my 9 to 5 business. Because I don't know why social media just has this disdain to talk about 9 to 5 workers all the time. Everybody does not want that entrepreneurial lifestyle. Some people are very content with stability, and that's okay. Like the content creation entrepreneur lifestyle, it's not for everybody. And that's okay, but I think the problem is when they start talking about 9 to 5 workers, like, you should not be working there. You should only use that to fund your business. Like, you're talking down upon people for just living. Like, if that's your thing, that's your thing, but don't come for me. Like, it's not a bad career lifestyle. And I feel like people equate 9 to 5 to broke, and that could be the furthest thing for the truth. A 9 to 5 lifestyle varies. I've seen it firsthand, and some people actually like what they do. Like, they're very content with clocking in, doing their little work with the work buddy. Sometimes the work don't even be that hard. They bond over lunch, kiki after a good work meeting. Like, y'all little early morning coffee buddies. You know, when little occasions happen like birthdays, y'all celebrate. And on top of that, you're bringing in a consistent check that, it's good money. You can live off it. You have benefits, and taxes isn't like whooping your ass during tax season. People got to understand some people enjoy that lifestyle, and it's okay. It's good and bad on both sides, but you don't have to shun people for living life. Life is hard, and people just doing the best they can. Just like let these people live, because when you run your businesses, guess what? Who do you need to work for you? The 9-to-5 worker, and they don't want to work for you because you done pissed them off because you feel like you better than them because they work a 9-to-5. You see how that's backwards? Like, just let people do what's best for them.
Absolutely correct. And now you have a situation where TikTok could be potentially banned. I mean, Supreme Court said they're going to uphold the ruling. So it's really up in the air what's going to happen to TikTok. And now you have millions of influencers who lived off of this TikTok money solely. And now the irony is a lot of them are going to have to go get a 9-to-5. The same 9-to-5 just a few years ago, just a few months ago, they were clowning.
I'm sitting in my car and I'm getting ready to go into this job interview. And I'm so irritated because I know that I'm not going to last. As a chosen one, we have no problem getting jobs. It's just trying to stay with the job. As a chosen one, we cannot live that 9-to-5 life. We literally cannot live that 9-to-5 life. It's like they love you at first, but once they see how special you are, how much attention you get without even trying, how intelligent you are, how charismatic you are, they start to hate you. They start to compare themselves to you, and then they start to try to recruit other people to hate you, so they can gang up on you and force you to lose your job or force you to quit. And I'm a tough bitch. Like, I ain't never quit a job. I've never quit a job. Majority of the time, it's because I'm unjustly fired. And it's nothing that I would do. It's just people.
This is pure delusion here. Pure delusion. She literally has up here, chosen ones can't work 9-to-5s. Like she's some type of special specimen um, that, it has some type of special talent that no one else has. This is literally pure delusion. And what's even worse, she actually believes that she's saying something deep and profound when she's literally saying a bunch of nonsense.
People are weird. And they will come up with lies about me. These people who eventually want me out that place, they will have higher power, as if like my supervisor or my boss, so they can just snap their fingers and get me out of that job. I'm really sick. I'm really sick of having to work 9-to-5s. Like, I'm really sick of it. But I stay in Chicago, Illinois right now, with the whole migrant crisis and everything, with these military age migrants coming in here and taking all of our jobs. And like, rent is going up, gas is extremely high, food, like we need a 9-to-5 basically just to survive, or you're gonna end out on the street.
I thought you were a chosen one and everything comes so easy and it just falls out the sky and you're able to make everything happen. You see, this is just delusional talk. And a lot of these people who are anti 9-to-5s, when you really listen to the things that they're saying, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
I can't wait till I get to a place where I no longer have to depend on this 9-to-5. Like, I get so tense every time I try to find a new job or I walk into a workplace, because it's like, I know I'm not gonna last there. And I see the looks. Like, I'm so aware of the hidden jealousy that be bubbling inside of people, that I can see their insecurities before they even try to come to terms with it.
Pure delusion. You have to ask yourself this question. If you keep going to multiple jobs, right, and you keep having the same issue at different workplaces, how can it be everybody's the problem but you? We're going to leave it there. Again, this video right here is like 11 minutes. She goes on an 11-minute rant, essentially saying the same thing, how she's this chosen one, and everywhere she goes and every job she has, she somehow has issues, but it's no one's fault. It's never her fault. It's everyone else's fault. Complete nonsense. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you believe this fake boss culture started with these Dame Dash rants on the Breakfast Club? I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.